indoor track and field championships on both the men's and the women's side here. The Northeast Conference. Our next event is on the men's side. It is the 500-meter dash, followed by the women's 500-meter dash. And we have 6 heats here in the 500-meter dash. They completely have gotten rid of the winner advances automatically. It's just the top 8 times. So here in heat number 1, Gabriel Kwarteng, they 104.96. It's the top time in this heat coming in. But if you have a slow heat or just so happen to, your heat might not even produce a runner. There's a fast heat outside this one. So Kwarteng out the gate pretty quickly. It gives the benefit of the doubt to a faster heat as opposed to just the winner who comes in with a fast time. Into the bell lap here. Right around 37.27 for the first 300 meters for Kwarteng.
Kwarteng was 4th in the 500 in 2023.
We'll have to see what he comes in with here, but his PR a 104.96, and he's going to finish it right around a 105, 105.1. Dominic Miel at a 108.08. And that's a season best for him, but remains to be seen whether that time will hold up. And we've got a number of seed times faster than that 108 time, so it may not hold. That 104.96 is the best time among runners coming in for the NEC. We have and his 105.1 time, in fact, is faster than any other runner's seed time. So a very strong performance from Kwarteng here, where he's sort of cemented himself as getting into that final with the 105.1. But there'll be a lot of times, I'd imagine, across the next 5 heats, that'll be between the 105.1 and the 108 time that we saw Dominic Miel put up for Sacred Heart.
Yeah, I think a lot of these 500 guys up to the top of the rankings coming in might have to do some of the work themselves, like Kwarteng just did, just due to all the heats and how they're spread out. So regardless, you're going to have to run as hard as you can because it's the top 8. It's not if you win.
And it's a difference maker. You know, if you're up by a large margin, you can sort of coast to the final in that final 200 meters. Even if you get off to a really fast start and your heat is not as strong as some of the others, you can coast in that final 200. Not the case here in the 500 meters where it's just the top 8 times. You coast, someone else is going to have a better time.
Yeah, they're certainly taught that by their coaches to run as hard as they can all the way through the line in this 500.
Underway here in heat number 2. Top time in heat 2 from Kamoy Phillip from Central Connecticut. Phillip is in lane 3. Again, that 105.8 was his best time coming in.
Phillip is another one of those former St. Francis, New York athletes who found a new home this year.
It is Phillip in first, but a Central Connecticut competitor, William Dallas, who does not actually have a seed time upon entry, giving him a run for his money. And Wagner's Dante Rodney also in the conversation.
As you can see, Dallas are rocking the American socks.
That's a good look right there. Kamoy Phillip is going to get the top time there. It is Phillip, followed by Dallas and Rodney. 1, 2, 3. Alex Gandhi finishes in 4th, and Dean Joseph in 5th.
Philip led that one wire to wire. He had some company with Dallas there, but again, another wire to wire race here, and by another CCSU athlete.
And still being so early, it's tough to tell where a time like that might be able to stack up. But if you're below 106, I think that you're going to be happy with that. Even below 107, I think you'd probably be safe. But you start to creep up past 108, and I think you find yourself in a danger zone. Kamoy Phillip at a 106.6, and that should be plenty. Heat number 3, just 4 runners in this heat. Langston Richardson from LIU has the top time entering. James Parmalee has the second best time. Matthew Friesa from Lemoyne at the third best time. And Declan Collin from Sacred Heart at nearly 110.
Langston Richardson from LIU has had a little bit of a PR streak coming in this meet with 1K, an 800, and a 500 PR.
Let's see what he can put together here in the 500 today. It is Parmalee who currently leads Richardson.
Strong move there on the backstretch.
And here comes Richardson, who's overtaken Parmalee. A late kick, but time's what matters. End of the final stretch here. Is he going to be below a 106? Well, he's right around there. 106 and a half maybe, but below 107. Let's see where he is. 106.18, which should be plenty good enough. James Parmalee is 107 and a half. It's going to be borderline. So whether that will be one of the top 8 times or not. But he's in the conversation, Parmalee is. So depends on how fast these last 3 heats are going to be. Keep an eye out in heat number 5 for Jason Marchese, another runner who's well known for his 200, 300, and 400 time. He's not run a 500, but he could certainly cause some trouble. We are off in heat number 4. Jacob Strain has the best time. He's in lane 3. Lane 4, it's Andrew Morin. In lanes 5 and 6, Terry Scott and Nikiyami Kante.
Jacob Strain from Sacred Heart is actually one of 3 brothers. He's a triplet out of Griswold, Connecticut.
Off to a strong start here as he has overtaken Andrew Morin, who was leading for a portion. Well, now it is going to be those top 2, Strain and Morin, 1 and 2. Strain's got the edge for now. It's going to be close. What kind of time they can produce? Can you go sub 107? And it is Stonehill's Andrew Morin at a 106.85. Jacob Strain to 107.07. That's a good time. And will that be good enough, though? It's going to be, again, that's a borderline time right there, the 107.07. You'd think it would probably be good enough, but there's still some really good runners left in store. But a gutsy comeback there. We are ready to go here for heat number 5. Best entry time from Lewis Warner to 105.65. We talked about Jason Marchese out of Wagner. Has no time, but he is the Wagner leader for 200, 300, 400. Hasn't run a 500 yet this year.
His PR is actually 102.39, so
wow.
That's certainly almost 2 seconds ahead of anyone in the field, despite his no time coming in.
Yeah, he is, well, leading this pack by a significant margin. He comes into that bell lap at under 37. It's better than even Kwarteng's time back in heat number 1. Lewis Warner at a 37.97, but Marchese holding very strong. Warner making a little bit of ground on him. Let's see what is left in store down the stretch. Warner there with Marchese. Who's going to put the finishing touches on this one? Marchese and Warner both come in sub 106. 105.73 for Marchese. For Warner, 105.98. Those are 2 times that should definitely be qualifiers.
Marchese ran a smart race there. He got out pretty hard, and he kind of coasted that last lap there.
When you come out that hard, there's some coasting that can be acceptable, and you can still finish it off.
Yeah, he's a smart athlete. He knows what he's doing out there, and he's well coached.
Right now, you're looking at right around a 107, where you need to be to stay in this. A couple of Jacob Strain and William Dallas at a 107.07 and a 107.31 are the last 2 runners in right now. And entering heat number 6, the best time comes from Arjanveer Singh. Singh out of Wagner, a 105.44. Jasmine Serta also out of Wagner, does not have a time. Peyton Hurst from Lemoyne, Jackson Domingo from Stonehill, and LIU's Lek Desai. Serta, a freshman, does not have any time recorded for a 500 that we've seen at all. But here in the championship race, Wagner hoping to put an extra runner in the top 8. Giving Serta a shot. Underway. And keep an eye on lane 6 with Serta, see if he can make any noise. But Singh in lane 3 from Wagner has the top recorded time. Lemoyne's Peyton Hirsch with the second best recorded time. We'll see where the 2 of them are able to shake this out. But it's Singh, he's got that tag number 3, who leads the way. Desai from LIU there as well. But Singh goes into the bell lap with the advantage. To see what that split is. 37.5. It's a good split. What can his time be in the final 200? That's the question right now. Singh down the stretch. Can he finish sub 107? And he'll be a little above 107. That is a be close to see whether or not that's going to be good enough to actually stay in. 107.6, he wins his heat, but that is outside of the top 8.
So he had about kind of an opposite of what his teammate Marchese did in that last heat. He went out really hard, but unfortunately wasn't really able to hang on and run as fast as he needed to on that last 200.
And Singh, I think, would probably make the case that this is why the winners should get an automatic qualification, because he runs a good race here.
Yeah,
in a slow heat.
When you do all the work like that, it's probably pretty hard at the end of it to know that you couldn't have done any more to make that final.
We'll run through who the qualifiers are. Gabriel Kwarteng, he finished at a 105.11. Marchese at a 105.73. Lewis Warner at a 105.98. Langston Richardson at a 106.18. Demoy Phillip at a 106.63. Andrew Moore at a 106.85. Jacob Strain at a 107.07. And William Dallas at a 107.31. Again, Arjanveer Singh finishes at 10th behind James Parmalee, Dante Rodney. And the next up will be the women's 500-meter dash.